This is a 10-week-old mini American Shepherd going to teach her how to get used to a toothbrush for the first time in her life. So I have prepared a dish full of little pieces of salmon pieces without any seasoning, and she knows it's there. So every time she reacts really well to the brush and lets me move it around a little bit, she's going to get treated with a tiny piece of salmon. No chewing on it though. And for such a small dog, puppy, I have a leave it, leave it, leave it. No, 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 no. I have a child's toothbrush. They're usually signified with girly colors and princess stuff all over it. So you don't have to buy a special dog toothbrush. You can get these at the dollar store. And the age to train a dog on the toothbrush as soon as possible. So if your dog is, well, I wouldn't do it for maybe under a month, maybe a month on up. And if your dog is already older, this could be quite challenging because they are going to be highly resistant. And doing also kind of teaching her the same thing regarding brushing. But now we'll focus on toothbrushing. She wants she wants it as a toy right now, and if she can just let me stroke the outside of her teeth, she'll get a tiny piece of salmon each time. So you want to associate something that gets to their heart, which is going to be food, with something they don't normally want to deal with, which is having their teeth brushed. Of course, she wants it as a toy, but if if I can get her to stop chewing on it, no, 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 leave it, leave it, leave it. Just a tiny little bit at a time like that. Brush just a tiny bit of the outside. You don't have to have dog toothpaste on it yet. She still hasn't lost her baby teeth, and when she gets her real teeth is when I'll start using real toothpaste, because that's when you actually need to be concerned about the tartar. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Look, leave it. If you leave it, you get a tiny piece of salmon. This just takes um, probably 5 minutes for the initial sign of any improvement. You just have to keep on doing this day after day after day. After a couple weeks, it'll probably start becoming where the dog will let you brush their teeth. But right now, they just either want to get away from it if they're an older dog, or they want to do the opposite if they're a puppy, and that is to chew it up as a toy. Brush your teeth, brush your snappers. With my previous service dog, I would just say, let's go brush your snappers. And so I'll just repeat that because it's what I'm used to. Let's brush your snappers. Let go. Good girl. See, she let me stroke up and down a little bit. Anytime they allow you to actually brush, immediately give them a little treat. Brush your snappers. Good girl. See that? I know that wasn't much, but she needs a treat for every successful desired outcome, no matter how small, at the very beginning. After several days, don't give them a treat unless they let you brush their teeth a little bit more for a few more seconds. So, as a young puppy, before they're old enough to do this, for example, before a month old, you want them to get used to having your fingers in their mouth and moving your finger around, because when the dog gets older, especially past about age 7 years old, they're going to have veterinarians inspect their mouth. And if they don't cooperate, The dog might have to be put under anesthetic, which is going to raise the price of your visit. It's going to take longer, raising the price also, and also more stress on the dog. And the medications are going to be possibly have side effects for the dog and cost you more. So it's important to get them to let you brush your teeth. I'm going to let her down for just a few seconds. And I should have said this at the beginning, but maybe most of you already know, but the main reason why you want to be brushing your dog's teeth with enzymatic toothpaste is to prevent severe dental problems in the future, which usually start occurring after a few years of age. They start building up tartar and everything, but to prevent the tartar to begin with is going to be with a toothbrush, preferably once before going to bed, and giving them high quality dental treats. I like the ones you can buy at Costco and Sam's Club because of the great value. You get a big package, but read the ingredients, make sure it doesn't have sugar and corn syrup, because that completely defeats the purpose of dental care. If you don't do this, if you don't brush your dog's teeth, or at the bare minimum provides something in their water that keeps their gums and teeth healthy, there is a water additive for the older dogs that you cannot ever teach the really older dogs, that there's just no way you're going to be able to brush your teeth. That's when you want to start giving them the dental treats and the water treatment in their drinking water. The dental care, you can put it in their drinking water. Okay, so if you fail to do this as the handler, eventually the dog is going to have to be sedated to a great level, lots of medication to sedate it for several hours, for the veterinarian to do a lot of scaling and possibly removal of teeth and all that. That's going to be very traumatic for the dog, especially older dog. If the dog is above, let's say about age, if it's the cutoff, in my opinion, if you think the dog only has less than about 3 years to live, then I wouldn't bother having the veterinarian sedate the dog to have teeth removed or anything like that. If you think the dog will live longer than 3 years with a good quality of life, then, for example, a small breed dog that's 10 years old, that dog may live to be 20, so you never know, or may die the next year. It's hard to tell. Dogs are both tough and fragile. So this will prevent periodontal disease, just like in humans. If you don't take care of your teeth, you will get periodontal disease, and that will require extensive and expensive dental work. Let me see if I can grab her. Come here, little baby. All right. If you start out by dabbing the toothbrush in some kind of a meat, that will give them a first good impression of a toothbrush. So I know I'm kind of going out of order, so those who watch this whole video get rewarded with that information, or their dogs get rewarded. Okay. Brush your snappers. Brush your snappers. Let me brush your. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. She's more interested in the toothbrush than the salmon. That's fresh salmon, not from a can. Good girl. Good girl. Service dogs have to be highly presentable in public, or they should be. So it's important that I keep her teeth really nice looking and clean. Good girl. See how I'm getting a little bit more aggressive as time's going on with brushing. So when you buy one of these, make sure it's the soft bristle. I think all of the children's toothbrushes are the ultra soft bristle. I'm not sure. Let's go brush for snappers. Let me see. Good girl. And it's tedious. Just keep on doing this over and over and over for about 5 or 10 minute sessions a couple times a day for a couple weeks, and the dog should be set for life to allow you and a veterinarian to manage their dental care without an anesthetic, possibly dental cleanings without an anesthetic. That's probably not likely because the dentist is probably going to need to use lots of tools to get tartar under the gums and things that while the dog's awake. That's just not going to happen. And if you at, at maximum dental care, that should only need to be done about once every 5 years. That kind of a deep cleaning. And also a tip would be to avoid. I wouldn't give a dog canned food very often because that's going to make their mouth all yucky and sticky. So dry dog food should be their diet, and canned should just be a treat once in a while. For example, if you need to give them medicine or pills to hide the, let me brush your snappers. Good girl. To hide the medicine. Good girl. You gotta brush your snappers. Look, she's letting me just go to town. Look at that. This has only been 10 minutes. But this is a special temperament dog. It's taken me 2 years to find this dog by looking at all kinds of different temperaments of puppies. So not all puppies are going to be that easily obliging like she is. This one is highly cooperative. Look, for 10 weeks old, this is amazing that I can just do this. So she's only going to take a couple days to train, but a typical dog, it might take you quite a lot longer, a couple weeks. I think she's already got it. She's going to be a good one. All right, so you know what to do down below to keep track of new stuff coming up and to help out the channel and help her out. This is one of her first videos. All right, that's all you're going to do for now. That's all we get for now. I'm going to turn the video camera off. Let go. Good girl. You've been a good girl. Oh, I'll do one more. If you cooperate one more time, open up snappers. Open up snappers. Open up snappers. Let me brush your snappers. It's not a toy. All right, that's good enough. Don't want to do too much at one time. Don't want them to be overwhelmed.